It's not quite your girl.
This is no.
It's a little bit different.
I can't cheat.
Wait till the beat drop gets her. Come on, Tess. There you go. You're feeling it now.
Oh, jeez.
Merry Christmas.
Welcome to the Menlo Experience. I'm Brad Sant here with Kyle Bach. What a season! I feel like we're kicking it off right.
We're not kicking it off wrong. How about that?
Well, that's fair. That's fair. How'd you like the party? Yeah,
we had a great party. Yeah, we had a big turnout for our company, and yeah, probably that's the largest holiday party we've ever had. Right?
It probably is.
Yeah.
It is. I remember when we crammed everybody in our basement when we were starting out.
Yeah, a little different than cramming it in your basement.
Little bit different.
There at the Monarch Bar.
Yeah,
Highly recommend it.
Yeah,
it was a great spot.
Great spot. And I just like to compliment all of our staff. Like dressed to the nines.
Yeah.
They showed up.
Yeah.
Turned out. I think it was a good party.
It was good turnout. Good party. We had good after party and then good after party. So just a great time.
I think planning parties on a Friday night is better than the Saturday.
That is a hot take, but I kind of liked it. I agree.
I think Friday's better. That's what I'm saying.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think it just works in people's schedule.
I think going
and all that
into
sort of
it, I don't think that was the general consensus that I was hearing. But afterwards, I think
everybody was.
I agree.
Had a good time.
Good time.
Take. Yeah. All right. So also the season, and you listen to Spotify. I listen to Spotify.
We do.
And you know what just came out, right?
The Spotify Wrapped. Yes.
How'd you feel about yours?
I couldn't disagree with anything, obviously, because they know me better than I know myself. But there was, I don't know if this was was the age a new element this year?
It was a new element this year.
I was going to say, I don't remember that from years past. Jess, can you confirm that for us?
She's got to check on it. Wait, did she confirm
checking.
it or did she check on it?
She might have just been agreeing is what she just did right there.
Yes, that's fair.
That's not confirming.
Okay, so
yeah.
How old are you in terms of Spotify? Right?
Okay. I feel like we have to go at the same time.
Okay.
And then we can talk about it.
Like 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, like 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
then we can talk about it. All right.
1, 2, 3. 21.
18. Oh, we are. I told you we were going to be the same direction.
18. What are you listening to?
I'm still a teenager.
Oh my gosh. What are you listening to?
So I didn't even know the age thing was on there because I hadn't really paid attention to my Wrapped yet this year. And I was at our church event on Sunday and they were like, the person was saying, yeah, it turns out I'm 38 and I'm 41. So it was close. And I was like, oh my gosh, mine's going to be way off. And I was like, it's going to be a mid 20s, upper 20s. No, 18. So I'm just a kid. So
okay, but on that screen it showed what you were what your playlist was.
It's my stuff. It's not my kids' stuff.
I would
love to say that it's my. Somebody asked it's probably your kids listening to it. And that was Tracy's. She had like K-pop Demon Hunter and stuff on all of Tracy's playlists. She's like, I'm not really this age. And I was like, yeah, no, these are all my songs.
Okay.
Embarrassingly
I think my
enough.
playlist I was listening to was like the 2020s.
2020s.
So modern music, like just recent. I listen to everything.
Yeah.
Okay, your top song. Do you remember? I don't even want to share this.
I think it was Forrest Frank something. I can't remember which one, but it was something Forrest Frank. Got on a huge Forrest Frank kick this year for sure.
That's good.
I've been listening to his lo-fi beats here recently. That's been good.
I don't know who that is. I'm going to be real honest.
That's completely okay.
That's fine. But if it works for you, it works
Every
for you.
18-year-old knows who that is.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
you're 21 though, so it's.
So here's my
21's close though.
It's close.
That's
close. Yeah, and I feel 21.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. Well, I definitely feel 21 too.
But here's my deal. Like, do you ever take a step back from that and think about how much data they're collecting not only on each one of us as listeners, but then I'm sure sharing that data with record labels and all, but think of how much data they're collecting to be able to create those summaries.
It's wild. The amount of information, the amount of, and like to look at it and go, yep, that's accurate. Yeah. So they're not, just throwing something together. It's kind of wild that they just throw that, send that out and just let you kind of digest it. But yeah, the amount of data they have is wild.
So how do you feel about all the data collection? I mean, because Spotify is just an example. What they're doing, I think a lot of people don't realize, you sign up for the saver card at the grocery store or whatever else. I mean, that's where a lot of that comes from, right? Is they're tracking all of your buying patterns, all your data, all your listening patterns, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. You know, I think a lot of people just drift
every
through and
Amazon
don't
Alexa
realize
is, listening in every moment. Yeah. Your phone is listening. They're, all of these different things all the time.
So is that good for society or bad? I mean, for individual, what do you think?
Man, there's with every one of these things, there's a little bit of both sides of the coin, right? I'm definitely a person that's not putting a lot of data in places I know that they're collecting it if I have the choice. But I also think there's a lot of convenience that comes with that. Probably the two playlists I listen to the most on Spotify, for example, is my Discover Weekly and my Release Radar. And so different than my wife's playlist, she would listen to the same albums over and over and over and over and over and over. I rarely had, I think on my most played song, it was 20 times. So I just rarely play albums.
How many days?
Over and over.
Do you remember how many days?
24 days.
Oh, okay.
And I think I listened to like 13 days worth of podcasts. So I listened to quite a bit of podcasts also.
Okay, that's a lot of podcasts. Yeah. Okay.
So, but yeah, it was
but new music.
New music,
discovering
love new music.
Yeah, right.
So I mean, that's discovering,
right.
so certainly from an artist standpoint, for people to be able to be discovered, collecting that data is important. I think from even just from an ad standpoint, targeted ads, are helpful as well. They can be annoying at times. Anytime you go and look, for retargeted ads and things like that, they can be annoying when you go look at some shoes and they pop up everywhere for the next, 14 days. It also says that company knows what they're doing when it comes to marketing and retargeting.
Yeah. So fine. They'll go find you.
They'll find you.
Yeah.
But I think that there's a downside to some of that as well. Amazon has the ability, they've been doing R&I on countertops and microwaves and things like that feel like a really odd thing for them to do, but they're embedding all sorts of different RFID technologies and things like that to be able to see how many pieces of popcorn do you still have sitting in the cabinet, because they're already at the point where they know the last time you ordered it, but now they're trying to figure out how do they know how you're consuming it. Mm-hmm. And if you ran out in the cabinet, they should be now prompting you. They're just prompting you based on the last time you ordered now, but they're looking at, some of the different ways to gather more data,
right,
so that they can know, they might, if you see a trash can that comes out with some kind of technology embedded in it to be able to track the trash going into it, that might be, a way Amazon or Walmart is innovating for the future. So, yeah.
I tell you, I would almost rather buy something with a little more expense and not be tracked all the time. Mm-hmm. And I think there's value in it, right? So I don't know. I think, like you said, there's good and bad, but at some point, just want to be able to buy something and not feel like it's going to some big data conglomeration somewhere, everywhere.
Yeah. But it's hard to get over the convenience, right? I mean, that's what they're ultimately, or at least what they would say ultimately is what they're going for, right? It's probably also profitability, but it's all, the convenience of it is, it's serving you up what you need before you know you need it type of a situation. And that can be really helpful. I mean, and it can also be a terrible thing.
Yeah. Do you ever sit around and think, that like how many people are just not thinking and just living through life with whatever these algorithms are putting in front of them and not discovering new music, not discovering different products, right?
Yeah. And getting all these things for free, right? That's the conversation around social media,
the product.
Right? Yeah.
You're
getting anything for free, you're the product.
Right.
And, and so I think that there's something to be said to that of maybe even just our consciousness of that, of, am I aware in those moments? To me, I always laugh when I get retargeted all over the place after I look at a product. And in some ways,
you understand how it works, though.
Yeah, I understand how it works. So, so I understand, and I'm like, yeah, all right. Props to you guys for tracking across all of these different platforms, and and I understand and maybe respect a little bit the amount of effort that it takes to really get all of that set up and deployed, and and certainly working with our team on that, it's a there's a lot that goes into that to be cohesive across all those platforms, but. Yes, I think I laugh at those times, and I think some people don't realize how much they're swayed by those things. My kids would be a great example of that, right? Because I see my kids all the time, like, Dad, you have to, download the sports betting app because you get $300 free if you bet $5, right? And I'm like, you guys watch way too much TV going on right now. But I think they're even a little bit more susceptible to it because they grew up in the streaming world, right?
Right.
So we were commercials, I think, went in and out of our ears a little bit because we saw them every 15 minutes. Whereas in their world, they see so few of them, now it's like,
in front of them.
that's actually stands out to them. So,
well, I think data is important, right? You got to bring, the whole situation together, whether it's retargeted, whatever it is, but transitioning that a little bit to bringing it together. So what do you think? We're coming up on our annual planning for next year. We're going to do later this week. And what makes a good planning process? What are all the inputs that you think we need in that? And as we look forward, what kind of, telemetry helps us know things, how the business is doing, how it's functioning, or our customer service, all those sorts of things. But what makes a good planning process?
Yeah. I think probably two things that popped in my mind right away is just part of that is just having a good team. I think, when I think about our leadership team, I think we've got people that maybe come at problems and issues and address things with similar vision, but in a different way of approaching things. And I think that's just the openness of the team and being willing to address topics, even hard topics together, even to the point of, maybe feeling, ignoring feelings and kind of being called out on some of those things, right? And being able to kind of self-differentiate from some of those things and be able to just address the issues and talk as a group. So I think a team is huge, but I think one of the quotes, you and I have talked about quite a bit is you can't connect the dots if you don't collect them. And so I think, looking at our history over the last year, looking at all of our data points that we're collecting as a company, I think is a really good starting place to be able to, whether it's from the client side of collecting data from surveys, from, support tickets, or from projects or surveys that we send out, having all of these different inputs of different ways to be able to see how we're doing across the board as an organization, but then also, how many projects are we closing? How many of those were on time? Kind of just looking across the board of all of our data points on those things, starting with some of that and being able to address improvements and steps we want to take over the next year. But I think also just maybe even stepping above some of those even practical items and looking big picture at the goals of what we want to achieve. We follow the EOS method, the entrepreneurial operating system. Gino Wickman, Gino Wickman, and wrote the book Traction. But just the EOS method, I think is really helpful because you start from the 20,000 foot view and look at where do we want to be 5 years from now and start reverse engineering that. And just having, I think, a process, to be able to discover and talk about that together. Huge shout out to our EOS, folks that have kind of walked us through that and trained us on that process to the point where we can run it now, as a team. But I think that having that process in place and being able to look at the data, I think is a good foundation for that. How about you?
Yeah, I think all those things are important. Commitment at the end of the day too, right? Mm-hmm. I think a commitment and not only the team coming together, but also not sitting around thinking or saying, "Hey, I think we can do this," or "Let's try it." But we are going to do this, and this is what we're after. And really having a commitment to the things we're going to put on paper is what we're going to get after, and that may be hard work, long hours, making some difficult decisions. But I think the commitment to that at the end of the day helps push us forward too. So I think you touched on this, but some vulnerability there in terms of, hey, I'm good at this, I'm not good at this. Yeah. And letting the team kind of work together. And then I think, creativity, right? Getting away from the day to day. And I think that's kind of your 20,000 foot comment, but taking a step back, coming up with some new ideas and thinking of new ways to do things. And maybe that's good, maybe it's not, but at least going through the ideas and kind of fleshing it all out, putting it all on the table. So
I think that's why sometimes, and sometimes we've done this, sometimes we haven't, but I think the importance of getting away comes into play a lot because there's some element of having those planning. We do a lot of quarterly plannings here and things like that, but there's some element of the annual planning specifically, I think, that is stepping away. And, it almost symbolizes it, right?
Yeah,
it's symbolic, right? But getting away so that you aren't in the day-to-day, because it's just so easy to get sucked into, well, while I'm here, I can answer this question or I can do these things. But it's hard to build those clarity break rhythms. And, and I think that the annual planning specifically yeah, you got to break away for that. I think as an executive team,
I think it's good. To your point, maybe it's symbolic, but there's just an element that just triggers a different side of the brain. And not worried about what's going on.
It triggers that creativity, like you mentioned.
Maybe too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So looking forward to that. What I'm not looking forward to is going shopping for gifts. So are you a good gift giver?
Goodness,
I mean, I love to do it, but oh man,
I literally thought last night, I was like, I haven't gotten Tracy her gift, and her birthday is the 22nd of December, which is like the worst also, because that's
sorry, Tracy.
Combines them all together. So that means I gotta like do good twice, you know.
Are you a good gift giver, Jess?
Oh, she just said yes. She just said she didn't actually say yes, but she didn't say no.
I try to give people what they want. I feel like I just ask.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough.
Give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want. We have like shared accounts, you know, like we use the same Amazon account and all this stuff.
So
that, like,
you got to hide things,
or
like
it is very, very difficult because I
sign up
like
for a fake credit card or a different credit, not a fake one, but
where are we going with this?
Yeah.
I mean, keep talking. I mean, I may go that way.
Yeah, that way. Another bank account. That's
Okay.
well, I don't know. Venmo, can you pay with things through Venmo now?
Maybe,
Google
I don't
Pay.
know.
I don't know. Like,
I mean, I like to pull off.
if I need to send you some money over Venmo so that you can buy
Maybe.
Krista something, let me know.
maybe it's the opposite. Maybe I need you to like order some stuff.
Don't you just
I
order
like to
things?
pull off a good surprise, right?
Okay.
You know, and
all right. That's it. Krista's
like, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Jess is buying gifts for Krista and Tracy this year.
I mean,
They won't know because this will come out late. So.
And actually, if you pick them, this actually works out great for
is a
us.
great idea.
Yeah. Why did we
I
not
like
think about this earlier?
brainstorming.
Jess, we got a new business
See,
for you. Jess is she's gonna rake it in.
Jess's gifts.
Jess's gifts.
That doesn't ring.
I mean, how many?
Joy from Jess.
Joy from Jess. Okay, there you go. Well,
I can see it now.
I feel like I got to get the machine rolling with creativity because time is ticking, and I got to get on some stellar gifts.
I would ask some ideas that you have right now, but I feel like I don't want to totally throw anything
I don't
off,
necessarily
but
want to release that, but
do you buy gifts for your kids?
I mean, I love to. I get in trouble because I'm like, this is part of my upbringing.
Yeah.
But my dad and I would go shopping on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
It was like last minute all the time. And so that was like the thing.
Yeah.
And I thought, hey, this is how guys do it, right?
Yeah.
We go on Christmas Eve.
Well, it is kind of how guys do it.
It's like, this is the way we do it, right?
Before Amazon, it was how
But
guys
the problem,
did it.
you don't have as much as doors anymore, right?
That's true.
So you got to like think ahead, order online. Where me, I like to go out with all the crazy people because that's the way I grew up and or get stuff on
You
Christmas
feel at
Eve.
home a little bit when you're out with the crazy people?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know.
I feel it.
That's right.
I mean, the just craziness and driving and all that other stuff, that is my jam.
Yeah.
And if I'm not shopping in that manner, I just don't feel like I'm Kris Kringle.
That's fair. That's fair.
So, you know.
It's kind of the jingle all the way Arnold Schwarzenegger version.
That
right?
is
You want to
right.
be diving for the gift, like I
is right.
put my life on the line for this toy. What was the toy in Jingle All the Way? I don't remember.
I haven't watched
It's
it
like
this
that
season.
super. It's like some.
We've
kind
been on
of
Home Alone kick
Home
this
Alone.
year.
Oh, that's a classic.
It
You
is.
can't go wrong with that.
I think they like Home Alone 2 a little bit more, though.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Puts the tarantula on him. I still have this memory of
are you
like
doing,
my
Marv?
dad's
What are you
laugh
doing?
when
Yeah.
he puts the tarantula on him and starts, and my dad just dies laughing every time on that
Yeah.
when
My
he almost kills him. Yeah,
6-year-old runs around and quotes the line, Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof. Woof. She just goes, woof. She's runs around, woof. Like, all right, that's enough of that. So.
Yes.
All right. So as we wrap up 2025, I guess, into
Yep,
2026, is how you feel about the year?
You know, it's been a good year. We set out at the beginning of the year. We had some goals that we put on paper, and you know, we're not going to hit every single one of them, but and that's part of EOS. They want you to not hit every one of them. If you hit every one of them, they say you're not stretching yourself when you're setting the goals.
Sure.
That could also be a cop out. So, you know, for all you people that are copping out, that's not a.
We like to set aggressive goals.
We
though,
want to
so,
set aggressive goals, and so, but there's I think we've achieved just some of our growth goals, and you know, we're right on track to achieve those by the end of the year, and really proud of the team for all the work they've done on that. I think we've had a lot of change this year. So as we look at the year from a 12-month standpoint, that's really proud of just all the change that's happened and the team that's adjusted, and I think about all of that. And it kind of culminated, I think, at our holiday party,
Yeah,
and where you could kind of see it all. and maybe even feel it a little bit just from a culture standpoint. Feel some of the shifts that you and I have been probably talking about for years, but kind of feel it start culminating a little bit here and coming together.
Yeah, I get it.
So yeah, and I think at the end of the year, just taking some time as a leader to just say thank you to some of those people that have really helped us get here on the team, and I think that's been just something I'm really proud of. I told somebody I had a proud dad weekend, but I think in some ways it's kind of a proud dad weekend of the team right now. So
yeah, I think it's so I've been reflecting just myself in terms of planning 2026 and this year certainly there's a lot of years, but I feel like sometimes start the year off and you get really excited. You got these big goals going, and then you get into January, February, and it just doesn't feel like it's going well. And I remember early in the year feeling like this may be a rough year. This may be not good. And I think it's just the reinforcement of persistence and really, really keeping at it and keeping focused on those goals, because as I come through the end of the year, I was like, wow, there's a lot of stuff that went on, some good, some bad. Yeah. But I do feel like we finished better than last, and we're really doing great in some areas that we set out to accomplish this year. And, I forget the quote. It's, you can do more in 10 than you think you can, but less in 1 than you thought you would, right? Or whatever that quote is. And I feel like you can boil that down into 2 months and 12 months, right? I mean, you're going to do less in 2 than you thought you could, but over the 12, you're going to do more. Yeah. And I really do think as we set out with those goals last year and focused on key elements, we've made some big strides. And so I'm really looking forward to kind of sitting down, talking about 2026 and getting after it. So.
Yeah, agreed.
All right. Well, for now, this has been the Menlo Experience. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.